In this video, I'm going to go ahead and be repairing this PlayStation 4. The complaint was that it is overheating. It is also missing the cover, as you can see, and got the remnants of an old Jordan sticker that probably used to be on it. Now the complaint is that the fan ramps up to 100% and that the unit just overheats and cuts out. Now it is working because I did test it and stuff like that. It is just overheating, but you kind of see why. I mean, this thing is filthy. I mean, there's just cake of dust and stuff, so I'm pretty sure that the fan is all clogged up, and pretty sure the thermal paste is probably all dried up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go and take this apart and show you the inside once I get it apart. So to go ahead and remove the plastics off the chassis, you're gonna have to remove all the rear screws. And then you also gonna have to remove, there's one hidden screw there and there, when you remove the missing cover that would normally be there. And that's how you remove the covers pretty much. And then all you have to do is at that point, just pry at it and it'll come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and I'm gonna get this apart. So I went ahead and removed the power supply. And to remove the power supply, it's just 3 screws holding it in. You remove the cable on the side over here, and then it just pops completely out. Now just to show you how clogged this thing is, I'm going to go and take a light, shine it right there, and you can see that there's barely any light shining through that thing. It's completely clogged. Of course, when you see something like that, you know it's pretty bad anyway, but just to go and show you that's what definitely was causing it to overheat. Not only that too, all the shit in the power supply and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to completely tear this down. So went ahead and removed the main board, and just to show you how bad it is, I'm shocked this thing ever even worked, to be honest with you. This is the worst. And you can see right in there, and the heatsink just get a good view of how much dust and dirt caked into that. So I'm going to go and clean this up, and I'll be right back once I'm done. So just to show you how bad declogged this heatsink was, this stuff was all across it. Now when I lifted it up, some of it broke off, but there you go. And you can just see in there. I'm actually really surprised this even worked, but it did. So I'm going to go and clean this out, and hopefully we'll get it working without overheating, of course. All I have to say is, wow. Look at this fan. So I'm going to go and clean this next. I went ahead and actually cleaned a lot of the big chunks of dust out of here. I do got to wipe this down and stuff like that, but I went ahead and unclogged all the vents right there. Went ahead and cleaned all the dust that was in there and stuff that was just caked up. So next will be this. I'm going to go and clean this out. I did clean most of the board. So I'm going to go and finish cleaning this up pretty much. So went ahead and cleaned most of the dust out of there, and also most of the dust on the fan too. See, it's much better now. So now the fan will actually have a chance of putting airflow through the system instead of being restrictive. So I'm going to put that back together, and I'll go and clean up the rest of it. So went ahead and took the Blu-ray drive out, and I cleaned all the dust that was in there. Also disassembling the Blu-ray drive, and I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it, clean the rollers, get all the dust out and everything. Shockingly enough, it actually still read disc. You know, the only thing was it would have a hard time trying to actually accept the disc because the rollers itself wouldn't grab the disc properly. It's all because of that dust, of course. So I'm going to go and clean that roller and just make sure it grabs the disc okay. And then I'll reassemble this, put new thermal paste, and get this thing going again. So before you go ahead and disassemble the Blu-ray drive, just make note of the alignment. You can see there's alignment holes right there where these 2 gears are. You can see how everything is and stuff like that, because when you take this apart, it's going to go out of alignment, so you're going to have to keep everything back into alignment for it to work properly. And then you go ahead and remove those 4 screws right there to actually take this top cover off. So I'm going to go and do that right now, and I'll be right back once I'm done. So went ahead and took this part off, and there was actually only 3 screws, one there, one there, one there, and then here it's just held in by that clip right there. You can see that's how dusty it is in there too, which is not surprising seeing how bad the PlayStation is. These are the rows that typically need cleaning or replacing after a while. when it doesn't want to go ahead and have a hard time accepting the disk and so forth. And then there's your laser assembly and stuff. So if it's not reading this is the part you would have to replace, which comes as a whole entire assembly. I'm going to go and clean this up and put it back together pretty much. So I went ahead and finished cleaning up the Blu-ray drive and reinstalled it. And as you can see, this is how it should look. And there's the fan, no longer clogged and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and finish reassembling this PS4 back. I got to go ahead and clean up the heatsink. Go ahead and put the heatsink back in there, put new dermal paste, put the board back in there, and hopefully she still works. So I went ahead and cleaned up the motherboard, also cleaned up the old dermal paste and installed new dermal paste down there. Reinstalled all the shields and everything like that, and also installed the hard drive. So let me go and flip this around. I'll show you the massive difference after I finished pretty much restoring it, because at this point it was a restoration. As you can see there, it's nice and clean now. So I'm going to go and clean the covers, put the covers back on, and then we'll be right back. So went ahead and cleaned all the plastics and reassembled the PS4. It is of course missing that plastic, but the customer doesn't want to replace, he just wants the unit to work, so that's exactly what I did. And you can see there's the other side. So we'll go and plug it in. I'll show you it still works. And hopefully it'll be a lot silenter, because before it would just ramp up the fan to 100% pretty much right away. So went ahead and finished repairing this PS4, and I ran it for over 25 minutes just to make sure no overheating issues and stuff like that. And you can hear this thing is dead silent. Before, when you turned it on, within a few seconds it literally would overheat and shut down, and the guy said he would have to keep it by the window just to keep the thing running, and most of the time it didn't even work unless it was really cold. So it just tells you how bad it was. But of course you could see early in the video how bad it was. But now, compared to now it's quiet. I wish he did opt for the cover, but he doesn't care about cosmetics. He just wants the thing working, and that's exactly what I did. So there you go. Now I would show you game footage, but due to copyrights, I just don't want to get a copyright strike, so I can't. But it is working, at least you can see. And just to show you, it is this PS4. I'll go and put it in rest mode. And see, it shuts off. So there you go. This concludes this video.